Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU. I am outside DRV PNK Stadium where the Miami Hurricanes will host their annual spring game. In this video, there's a few things I want to talk about, including players to watch for in the game, also some things to watch for with the new coaches, but also in this video, I want to show you guys what this stadium is all about. It's a new stadium that was built in 2020, home of Inter Miami and the MLS. It's personally a stadium I've never been to, so I'm curious what this looks like. Just getting here initially, and I've not looked around quite yet, but there are a lot of cool things about this park that I'm excited to show you guys, and hopefully I can show you some nice behind the scenes, some footage there for you guys. So definitely stay tuned and let's go check it out. So just a little update. I've had about 5 security guards come up to me, ask me what I'm doing. Look, I'm just trying to create a banger out here, but I understand there's policies and things like that. Everybody has been super nice and checking in, just want to see what I was doing about the stadium. It looks great, you know, just being able to look inside, see the UM logo and the scoreboard and the goalposts are down. So it's great, and shout out to the fan that just went by a second ago, said he definitely watches the channel. So thank you to him and everybody else, and definitely hit the like button. I want to get into the spring game. I just want to finish up a few more things on what this place looks like, but definitely it looks great. Saturday should be exciting. I was talking to one of the security people and they said they're expecting as many as 22,000 people for the game, which the stadium, it says it holds 18 or 19 depending on where you look at. So if they're expecting 22, this thing is going to be full. It should be a great atmosphere. So here we go, 5 players to watch for in the spring game, starting at quarterback, and it's Jake Garcia. And it's not because it's a controversy at quarterback or anything like that. Tyler Van Dyke is the Miami quarterback with what he did last year, and this spring game's not gonna change anything. But Jake's a guy that many people have been excited about, and he's shown flashes when he's been practicing, whether it's been in the spring, last spring when he had a good spring game, or even during the last season before he had suffered that season-ending injury. And I'll be looking forward to seeing how he does in this game, because once again, he did well last spring, and just keeping an eye on 13 there, seeing what he does in this one. Maybe he's a guy that could be Miami's next quarterback, and certainly he needs to be ready. If Tyler goes down or doesn't play well or whatever it might be, Jake's got to be ready to go, and I think this is going to be a big performance, a big opportunity for him to do well. So definitely pay attention to him. Definitely see if Jake can get the ball downfield, something he did last spring game, so pay attention to that. There's a lot of receivers that he'll be looking to target. You know, sticking with wide receiver, there's 2 guys in my top 5 players to watch that I'll be paying close attention to, and I think you guys should too, and it starts with Xavier Restrepo. He's a guy that showed flashes last year as well, and now he's getting a bigger opportunity to be one of Miami's top receivers or even the top receiver. He's been a guy leading drills and not just showing that leadership and what it takes to practice at a high level, but he's been making plays, and I think that's what will be key for him in this one as he continues to be confident, as he continues to be, you know, one of Miami's top receivers or the top guy. making big plays, and really pay attention to him in the short game, because Miami's been doing a good job of trying to get the ball out to the wide receivers quickly, and Xavier Restrepo is one of those guys that they want to get the ball out quickly. So look for Xavier to get catches early, but also pay attention to what he can do after the catch, because I think that's what's going to take him to the next level if he reaches that elite level, or at least a high caliber receiver at Miami, is what he can do after the catch. So pay attention to that in the spring game. The other wide receiver, and look, there are many guys that you can pay attention to at wide receiver, because many guys are looking to break out. This is not an established group. But the other wide receiver I would tell you to pay attention to is number 8, Frank Ladson, former highly regarded recruit, goes to Clemson. After a few years, he transfers to Miami. He has showed flashes while he was at Clemson before he dealt with some injuries, but he's been healthy throughout the spring, and he's a guy that's a big target, but also a guy that can get the ball downfield. He's got really good speed. So look for Frank to see if he can get, maybe stretch the defense a little bit, haul in a big catch or two, because I think that would be good for him to cap off the spring as he vaults himself into a productive summer, hopefully, and then be ready to go for what he hopes to be a complete, full breakout season for the Hurricanes in 2022. So I featured 3 people on offense to pay attention to in the spring game. Now let's take a look at 2 defensive guys that I think you should definitely pay attention to, and that starts at linebacker. A lot of eyes are on the linebacker position, but pay attention to freshman Wesley Basaint, number 31, freshman out of Miami Central, a really good rangy guy. He's probably going to be on that second group because that's where he's been mostly throughout the spring, but he's a guy that we just featured recently, up to 205 pounds. He's a guy that has a great makeup to him, but also great ability, great speed. So look for that. See if he can cover sideline to sideline. Look, all the players and coaches have said that he doesn't look like a freshman, that he's fitting in, he doesn't look lost. So pay attention, on defense. When he's in there, how does he look? Is he making the right reads? Because I think he's a guy that has a chance to make immediate impact. I've mentioned this before. But he's got to have a good performance in this game, give the coaches even more confidence going into the summer, so he can be one of those top guys going into fall camp before the season starts in September. And the 5th guy that I want to feature in this one, pay attention to number 0, James Williams at safety. Look, James had a pretty good freshman year last year, but even James has said he needs to do better, he wants to do better, and he's one of the few guys on this team that has spoken outwardly and publicly in interviews that he wants to be one of Miami's all-time greats, wants to go through here and be one of those big-name guys. Look, it's not like everybody else doesn't want those same things, but James has been one of those few guys that has spoken highly about that, and he wants to do that. And I think going into year 2, we've seen a number of guys at Miami over the years really take their game to the next level in their second season. I think James is a guy that needs to do that, not just personally for what he wants to do in his career, but this team needs defensive guys to really step up and be plus players, and I think James Williams has the potential to do that. So pay attention to him on the back end. He's done a good job pretty much on tackling, but I'd like to see him get an interception, get his hands on the ball, really show that range at 6'4", 6'5", but be able to track balls in the air, really make it hard when he is in there to go deep on. So definitely pay attention to James Williams. Those are my 5 guys to pay attention to. Drop in the comments below, who will you be paying most attention to? Who you look forward to seeing the most? There's a lot of new guys, there's a lot of transfers. Maybe you're curious to see how some guys progress who didn't play much last year. Or maybe it's a guy like Tyler Van Dyke that you want to see him elevate his game even more from what he did a year ago. But drop in the comments below. It would be a huge help if you hit the like button on this video. I went through thick and thin dealing with security. It wasn't really that big of a deal, but everybody just wanted to know. Everybody was super nice. So I was glad to be able to still shoot the video, get you guys some footage. So if you're coming to the game, I would say get here early because like I said earlier, they're expecting over 20,000 people here for the game. The parking lot's open at 9 o'clock. Gates for the stadium open at 10:30 for that 12 o'clock game that will be televised live on ACC Network for those who won't be able to be here. I will definitely be at the game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing packed. Hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned. Got more videos still definitely coming out, more drills, more commentary, whatever you guys want. Thank you for all your support. Hopefully you have a good rest of the day and take care.